Hey everybody, thank you for listening to I Brought You Into This World. I'm your host, Amanda Hurley, and I have here with me my good friend, Dr. Ayshia.
Hi everyone.
Thank you for being on the podcast.
So happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on finally. You look fantastic.
You
if
too.
You're listening on Spotify or elsewhere, she looks fantastic. You just can't see her.
And so does the host.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you. What's your background? Where are you from?
Absolutely. First, I just want to say I'm so excited again. I'm going to say that again to be here.
Thank you.
And just I really want to be appreciative that you're like holding this space. I feel like this is such an important space to hold for moms. So thank you for having this show. And yeah, I had a baby a year ago.
Woohoo! And her name is?
Josephine.
And she's here today in the studio wandering around somewhere.
She is. She's actually, yeah, I'll leave that. But yeah, she's here. And what a journey. I have mom brain. So what was your question again?
Oh, just I'm just going back in time a little bit. Tell me a little bit about yourself, before you were a mom, growing up, all that jazz.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Nice.
Have really loved theater and the other arts all of my life. Ended up, going in another direction for employability and all that stuff. And so,
hear that.
Yeah. So, but I think it's been a while because I've been on maternity leave, but I think I also really, really do love teaching, even though it has its challenges. And so I've been doing that. I've been a professor now for, I started teaching college in 2005.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a long time.
Oh, gosh. I guess that was a while ago. 20 years?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Look at the time.
Wait a minute. how old are you? You don't have to say.
Oh my God. Yeah, clearly.
You look young.
But I'm not.
I forget sometimes that you're older than me.
No. I just want to, because there's so much. I just really embrace aging, and I'm going to be 47 in March 2026.
Congrats.
And
that's soon.
I celebrate birthdays.
47. I'm in heaven. 47. I feel like there's got to be one for every year.
I love that. I'm going to use that. I'm in heaven. 47. And finally starting to get a little bit of sleep. I'm sure that'll change.
Yeah.
But it feels good. And I had my baby last November, just before Thanksgiving, and waited for her for a long time. Did 4.5 years of IVF.
Yeah. Oh, that was my next question.
Yeah.
So that's part of your journey.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. I know we have a lot of listeners and friends that have been on similar journeys or are just starting. So what was that like for you? Like ups and downs?
IVF, the wonderful thing is that it worked out. And that we have Josephine. It doesn't always work out, but it worked out. And but the journey was really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you're such a patient person, and I think like a positive person that you kept going.
I did keep going. Yeah. Patience is something that I think has improved. The journey helped me to build my patience. I don't know if I'm naturally always like that.
Okay.
I'm kind of just like, I want something. I want it now. And when it comes to something like that, your body's going to do what your body's going to do.
It's going to do.
And so I had to really be in that practice of patience. And that's actually when I started to build my practice around Buddhism.
I did not know this.
Meditation.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this idea of detachment. Like there are certain things that we might really want and desire in life, but ultimately everything that we need, we have. And just being happy wherever you are.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you were traveling. You were having fun during that time.
Well, that was a part of my manifesting. I was like, there might be a lot of, challenges down the road when I do become a mom and having to take care of another life.
Sure.
And so a part of it, I was like, I can build patience through just enjoying the fact that I have a lot of freedom right now.
Yeah.
And my husband and I can kind of just do really what we want. So that helped with the really sad, hard part of it. Yeah.
That's really cool. And now you can look back and, we had so much fun. I can just enjoy having a baby now.
Right.
And I think we all try to do that to some extent, but you were doing it as a way of healing and also just like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say biding your time, but you were filling your cup.
Yes.
While you were also holding space for something that you really wanted and that could be a possibility. So
yes.
Buddhism, I would love to learn more about that, because I think I'm not a religious person, but I feel like that's kind of the vibe I would lean towards if I were to start thinking about spirituality more.
Yes, for sure.
That's good for you.
Thank you. I really have been admiring for years Tina Turner.
Yeah?
It's been really impactful for me as an artist, as a woman, everything. And she was a Buddhist.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not.
So
I would
that's
not
why
have thought that.
I ended up reading more about it because of my interest in her, actually. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not for like organized religion, but this kind of like philosophical spirituality. Yeah. I was like, okay,
it's different.
It's different.
Yeah. We could have a whole other episode on organized religions and my thoughts and your thoughts around that. It is interesting, yeah. And then like, because Catholic background with my parents didn't get passed down to me because they just had bad experiences and they rejected it entirely, and I never went to church.
I love that. I love that for you.
What a gift. What a gift.
What a gift. Wish more parents did that.
Right. I have enough anxiety and guilt, We
all do.
As a person, I imagine if I had that pushed on me by religion too, I'd be a mess. So, but that's another conversation.
Yeah.
So, and that's your journey. And so, okay, so 4 years. By year 4, were you at that point kind of accepting, it probably won't happen? Were you holding out hope? When you found out you're pregnant, were you surprised? Like, where were you at with that?
Yeah, I mean, I just love that question. And we had a great retrieval for 3 months. I stopped gluten. I wasn't drinking. I just really tried to give my eggs the best chance possible. I mean, for me, that was my last one. I was like, so we're going to go from here to maybe adoption or whatever. But this is going to be my last retrieval. And we did the retrieval. It was November of 2023. And then we tried to do a transfer. It was just before Christmas of, obviously same year, just before Christmas.
Oh, I love that.
And so, it takes about 12 days for them to get the results. And so it was negative, and it was Christmas time, and it was heartbreaking.
It was negative. Okay, so this was before. Yeah. That's a sucky Christmas.
That was really hard because I always wanted the idea of like being pregnant and having a baby for Christmas. And so that was really hard. And I said, you know what? Whatever is for me is for me. And I truly believe, and it's a part of the Buddhism too, and detachment. If something is for you, if you leave yourself open and trust your instinct, you cannot miss it.
That's really cool. So it wasn't necessarily that you didn't give up, you didn't lose hope. It was just what's for me is for me, which is so healthy and helpful to you. You're not attached. Like you said, I like that a lot. Because I am someone too who clings to like, this is my expectation, what I want it to be like.
Yeah.
And you don't have, for better or worse in life, you have no control.
No, you really don't.
You can plan for things, but you don't have control.
You don't have control.
And that's why I always tell women, don't judge yourself for decisions that you've made or had to make. C-section, vaginal birth, breastfeeding, formula feeding. That does not matter. You have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
What's for you.
What's for you.
I love that. I love it. That's great.
So that's what happened. And so then a few months later, we're like, okay, let's put a couple more. Let's go for 2. Let's put 2 in there. And they said, you got to come out. And we're living in New Orleans at the time.
Yeah.
And the whole process, the procedure is taking place in Syracuse, New York, because we chose a place up there called CNY. And so a fertility institute up there. And so they were like, we need you to come out. And I was like, Monday's my birthday. And I planned on, going out, having a couple of drinks, dinner.
Oh, wow. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were like, well, we're closed on Sunday. That's the day we really want you to come. So we're already pushing it. So we need you here on Monday.
Okay.
So my husband took me out for dinner and dancing Saturday. It was lovely. We had a great time. Sunday, just, drank a bunch of water.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you have to do? Is that a thing?
Well, I just wanted to make sure I was cleansing. I only had 2 Prosecco's, but I was like, I'm going to cleanse, hydrate,
Yeah.
And then Monday morning of my birthday, about 5 a.m., I left for the airport. And I just went alone. Every time we did this, we would always go together. Okay. And this time we were like, you know what? It's a medical procedure. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's just another medical procedure.
I see.
It's fine.
You didn't want to make a big to-do about it.
And why even pay for both flights, honestly, and kind of disrupt stuff, Also,
That's
my
fair.
mom was moving the next day, and he was helping her with that. So we were just like, you know what? It's fine. We celebrated on Saturday. We'll FaceTime on Monday. I'm just going to go.
On your birthday?
I just went on my
yourself?
birthday by myself. And had the procedure, got acupuncture before and after. It was super relaxed.
Ooh. Yeah.
And got some Korean food.
You love Korean
later,
food.
yeah, I do. And I just sat there and had my Korean food. I knew the lady because my husband and I went there before together when we first had the main procedure, the egg retrieval. So, and I walked around Syracuse a little bit, and I don't know. It was just I can't explain it. It was just like, okay, well, this is a nice little trip, and let's cross fingers. But whatever's for me is going to be for me.
I love that.
That's kind of how it was. And spent a couple days there to make things settle. And then I flew back to New Orleans 2 days later. 12 days after that, we got a call that, the numbers were above 5.
Oh, so explain for our listeners. 5 is?
5, usually means that you're pregnant.
Okay.
And
so above a certain number.
Above a certain number. And she was like, oh, it's kind of low. We just need it to double a little bit. And it skyrocketed in 2 days. And then skyrocketed again. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is it. We're like, oh my gosh, we're pregnant. It was amazing.
Goodness.
So
did that birthday make up for your shitty Christmas?
Oh my God.
Did that kind of fade into the background?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it really did. Yeah, that was, I would have to say, that's going to go down as one of the toughest Christmases I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, imagine. Well, like I said, you can't control, but also that feels like little too coincidental.
I know.
So you're tested on Christmas, but then your birthday, you're gifted this. What does that mean? Does it mean anything? Probably not. But
it's
what the
a
hell?
Thing, right? And so technically she was actually conceived on my birthday, right?
Wow.
Because that's when the transfer happens.
Well, it's your birthday, not Jesus's birthday, so maybe that makes a difference. I don't know.
Exactly.
Life is weird.
So
that's amazing.
Now just having this conversation and hear my little baby say "mama" in the background, it's all full circle.
So you want to hear that if it picks up on the mics, all the better.
It's full circle. So pretty much conceived on my birthday, and then she was born a couple days before Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
I got my milk in on Thanksgiving Day. And her first smile was Christmas Day.
Wow.
Her first non-reflex smile was Christmas Day.
Something about holidays and birthdays for you.
Oh, I know.
So you could be like, I'm thankful for my milk.
I know. I was literally yelling, and my in-laws were like, why is Ayshia screaming? And Carlin knew exactly why. He came and he's like, you got it. I was like, yeah, my milk came in.
Are you loud? When you get excited, do you just really go?
I am.
Yeah.
Yep. And, it's great.
So they were like, uh-oh, startled. You scared them? When I get a little bit scared, I scream really loud. I sound like I'm being axe murdered. My husband just doesn't react anymore. And I'm like, no, I fell and I really hurt myself this time. He's like, well, I don't know. You scream at anything, So I'm loud. It helps me feel better.
I'm loud too.
It gets it out of your system.
It does. And I was like, a lot of times I thought, I was like, oh, this is just Black people, Black American people. And then the family that I married into, they're loud. I'm like,
too.
oh, they're from the Midwest and kind of loud. And I'm
also
like,
Italians, we're loud too. My family. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always loved Italians. And so,
yes, me too.
Because they're just super expressive, and that's my kind of people. So, so I feel like it was the universe just being like, oh, you went through this thing for so many years, and you were patient and open.
We'll reward you. Yeah.
These are your blessings.
We'll throw her a bone.
I know, a lot of bones. Oh my gosh.
A lot of bones.
That's
That's really cool. Now, my favorite question.
Yes.
tell me, we talk about identity shift a lot on this podcast. So for you, when Josephine was born and, the year afterwards, was there anything that you felt shifted or changed for you in terms of just like who you are as a person or your lifestyle?
I mean, everything changed.
Right.
Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely everything changed. I love this question because it's so meta. Because it's like, my friendships changed, new friendships, other friendships, unfortunately, faded away. Took a back seat. And I really have changed so much. I just feel like I'm just more like the things that I want, I'm really clear about. And I have to say that before Josephine, I spent a lot of time just thinking about thinking, this whole like,
oh my gosh, I'm a ruminator to the nth degree, so I completely understand.
Oh my gosh.
Get in your head about, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, you get in your head. And so now I'll do that sometimes with little things. Like I've been like looking at choosing between the same 5 coats like for the past 2 weeks.
I so relate to
But
this.
you know what I mean? It's so, I'm like, Ayshia, just choose a coat. But like big things, like life things, like what do I want to do with my life? Like what kind of friends do I want to have? Like what kind of community do I want to build? Like what kind of professorship what do I want? What kind of students do I want to teach? All of these things after I had Josephine started to just become crystal clear.
That's awesome.
When most of my life, things just weren't, Even when I followed my passion, I would sometimes second guess myself or not be sure if it was for me.
Yeah,
and not
I totally
listen to
get
myself.
that. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something with the whole process of childbirth, but just having her, I'm just like, oh no, that's the thing that I want for my life. Like with the band my husband and I started.
Yeah, that's
like,
so cool.
I've been singing on and off my whole life, but had so much fear around singing in public.
Oh, yeah.
And when I had Josephine, I'd written a song when Love is Love when I was pregnant with her, and it was the first song I ever wrote. And I was like, well, now I should sing it. And so we were in the studio and I was singing it. And then after she was born, I was like, oh no, this is what I want. Like, I just want to sing. I want to write songs. I want to sing. And it just became so clear. And I think that one of the things that I want from her is just to know that let fear is always going to ride. Let fear ride, but never let it drive.
Yeah, that's so true.
And just jump in and do it because we don't know how long we have.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And to end your life going, oh, I was like afraid of everything and I didn't try. That would be so sad.
Yeah.
So that's very true.
Yeah.
And I just relate so much to all of that. After my daughters were born, I started driving again when I hadn't driven for years because I had such bad driving anxiety. I still won't do highways. I'll select, how you can do avoid highways.
I do it all the time. Yes.
I hate merging.
Yes.
But it felt fearless. I felt like I've already experienced all this shit.
Yeah, and honestly.
And I survived, and what can't I face,
Yeah. I made it through childbirth.
Yep.
So,
Childbirth alone?
Yeah, and that was not...
It's...
Definitely you get amnesia, because I'm like, oh, it'd be lovely to have another one. It was a lot.
Everyone says that. So. It's so traumatic in the moment, and then you're like, I don't really remember.
It was so beautiful. That's what I told my husband. I was like, oh, it was so beautiful. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah. It's must be a biological thing, just or go in and erase their memories so they can keep, breathing.
Keep breathing,
Keep the population going.
I remember when she was, keep the population going, exactly. Because otherwise, I'm like, we wouldn't continue to have children.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just have this memory of her coming down through my canal, her head was coming down.
Oh, yeah.
And I was yelling. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
And they were like, I had my doula there. I had a great support team. And they were like, well, you just want to do some like deep grunting. I completely ignore them, and I was like, don't touch me.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? If screaming feels good, if someone told me not to scream in any moment like that, I'd just, I can't. I'm a screamer. I'm going to scream.
Yeah, that's exactly how I
You don't
felt.
understand unless you're a screamer.
You don't get it.
You don't get it. It makes you feel better.
And also, like, Josephine, her head was some odd 87 percentile or something like that. So I was like, I'm going to be in my moment and feel all the feels.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And I had a C-section, so I cannot relate. I felt nothing. Feeling nothing, like, from here down, like, ew, that's weird. When you don't feel your body, that's wild.
Yeah.
I was like, are we sure
this is
okay? Am I paralyzed? It's very strange. But that sounds crazy. And
I'm here. I live to talk about it. Gosh.
So, okay. I like to ask, were there things with having Josephine and with postpartum that were harder than expected, that are easier? And, how did you get through? Did you have resources that helped you?
Yeah, I mean, one of my main concerns when I was pregnant was making sure that I have, like, putting the pieces together so that I really had a village.
Yes.
To just have the best birth that I could have and to bring a healthy baby into the world. And that whole process was like super intentional, because I know the research, right, about how many, unfortunately, white practitioners, health practitioners treat women of color differently, and so you can it's evidenced by the rates.
And
right?
maternal mortality is higher in Black women.
Right here in Massachusetts.
Higher for women in general too. It got worse.
It's getting worse.
Why? I think there's a lot of reasons, but good for you. So you're smart and you're a planner.
But it's a liberal state, so it's sad, right? It's liberal,
very
and I feel
sad.
like there's a lot of anti-racist work happening here, and I'm like, why is this happening?
It must be something that's just like a subconscious or like
I think it's subconscious
subtle
bias.
With women in general though, it's very much a thing of like, you're fine, you're not in that much pain, you're not having a breakdown, you had a baby, like that is it is a thing. It's just dismiss.
It really is.
So it's that plus racism. It's just some combination of everything.
It is. And I think that, the intersectionality that you're bringing up right now is really important. And it's something that, like, I mentioned to my father-in-law the other day. I said, I just wish society was better to women. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, some women have to go back to work. Like, I knew someone who, like, had a baby on Friday and was back in the classroom on Tuesday.
Right, that is inhumane.
It's inhumane.
I've said that before, yeah.
It's absolutely inhumane.
Where's the compassion? Where's the, like, I'm sorry, not even compassion, but where's, like, the worship level that we should be getting?
Yeah, honestly, for bringing life into the world.
Right. No one would be here. None of us would be here.
None of us would be here. And so I said that, and he was like, it's horrible. And he was like, it's just, you have to remember, like, it's so funny because, like to have my father-in-law reflect this back to me. A lot of my work is in, racial justice and everything. But he was like, this country was founded by slave owners.
Yeah.
And so I think we don't think a lot about, we think a lot about like the history of slavery and how that has impacted people of color, but not necessarily how that's impacted other people who've gone through historical oppression in this world, like women, just women of any color.
Yeah.
Right? This level of care that we need, I think that we can't tear it apart. That the fact that we're not getting it, I think that we can't tear it apart from how this country was founded.
Oh, absolutely. Right? Everything's connected.
It's connected.
Yeah.
So I had that stuff in my head, the stuff that we're talking about now. I had this in my head, and so I had to really, with my husband, like get to work on making sure that I was not a statistic, right?
Yeah.
That I lived through childbirth, that my baby lived through childbirth.
And you were proactive, yeah.
Right? Because one of the things that surprised me was how the infant birth rate is just lower, like unless you all, if a Black woman goes in there and her baby, and she has a white doctor, her baby is less likely to survive than if she has a Black doctor.
That's not surprising.
So it's not surprising.
But it's like, why?
But it's
the question
like,
is how? Why? Like,
why? And it's just, Yeah.
It's just something you can't put your finger on, right?
No, and like you want to change
said.
things, and I can't.
Yeah.
In that moment, like I'm pregnant, right? You're like 5 months pregnant, trying to work on your birth plan. Like I'm not like I can't change this whole like history or like this on like an institutional
Of course,
level.
you just have to advocate for yourself. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do, and
Of
it's just
course.
like I think it's having open conversations like this, like across race. I think it's having conversations with other women, knowing that this system that was built on white supremacy is not meant for any of us, that it breaks us all down as human beings. And so not being able to like tackle those things, obviously on an institutional level, how can I help myself?
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel that pressure though. I do, especially as a Black woman academic, like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that.
You have to educate or something, or you have
and
to.
then I have to be this agent of like, you know, Stacey Abrams. Like, I need to be this agent of change, like right now.
That's exhausting. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why we are exhausted.
Yeah.
No,
you
very
can
exhausting.
just be like, listen, I just need to survive this birth. That's what I said. I was like, what do you need? I'm like, I just want to not die. That was my, ongoing thing.
Yeah, but the
and
women,
the other stuff
regardless
too.
of race, have had to say that for a long time.
Yeah,
I just want to like not die.
It's not much to ask for, really.
Right?
That's, and then so what?
We should be being worshipped. We should, of our feet up with fruit being fed to us, instead of being like, oh, I just want to not die.
Right. We didn't eat that apple. You should have given us that apple. We didn't steal it. It was owed to us. It was owed to us.
It was owed to us.
I like that.
I want the farm. Okay, yeah.
Tweet that. Retweet that.
Tweet that.
Then what did your care team end up looking like? And did you feel happy with them?
I was like, because I was like, I moved to Massachusetts from a state that was super diverse, but I moved to Massachusetts to where the population of Black people is only 5%.
I was going to say.
I was like, I'm going to find a Black doctor, and I did. And he is actually from Botswana, and we just hit it off from the beginning.
Ah, that's great.
Just because he listened. Which regardless of color, that's what you want, right? Like from a caretaker, a provider, you know what I mean? And so he really listened, and so that was great. And so that was tough because once I found him, they tried to take him away from me.
What do you mean?
Well, the hospital tried to, the health center tried to say, that their policy was to rotate, like whenever you have a visit. And I'm like, that's fine, but I'm like, I'm 6 months pregnant, I like him, and I just want to continue seeing him. I don't want to, in 4 weeks, see your other provider, and I realize you all have meetings and you talk about all of us.
Yeah.
But this is what I need right now. I just moved, and I just want to make sure that things are stable for me.
That's good. Yeah.
And I want to just keep seeing him. So it took a couple of formal and a couple of informal and then a formal letter, but
he had to be squeaky wheel. Yeah.
He said, I would love to take on Ayshia.
Yay.
Just every time she comes in, just make sure you schedule her with me. And so that was great. And then we found a doula, woman of color, Black, brown, a woman of a Latin American background. She was amazing. And I just wanted a team that would advocate for me when I was too vulnerable to do it. And I just wanted to be able to focus on giving birth, having my baby, and not not having to defend myself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
that's why representation is important with doctors. Not that, you could have had a white doctor that would do an amazing job, but why not be with someone you're more comfortable with? I only like to see female doctors for my own reason.
Exactly.
Am I discriminating against male doctors? No. Someone else is going to see them.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
So, I feel like that. And similar with therapy, all of those things.
Yes.
We just need to have someone who, I guess, can relate to us, or there's something human there of I need someone who's going to advocate for me.
Right.
And really, it should be anyone.
It should be.
Should be able to advocate for you. But, that's not the world we live in quite yet.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So
I love that. So you advocated, you got the team that you needed.
Yeah.
And it turned out well, obviously.
It did. Had my baby. And the doula did some training with my husband too, so he knew how to massage me and all that stuff. Even though when it came down to it, I was like, no one touched me.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would be, because my touch is my love language.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that I was just like, don't touch me, anyone.
Well, no, I get that. Some protective thing comes up where I did not like being touched either.
Right.
I didn't like, because I was breastfeeding at first, of course, and like, because they have you do that in the hospital. I didn't like people manhandling me at the hospital. And they don't even really ask you or give you the option. They just come in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, I'm really uncomfortable. I was also not well mentally, which no one was listening to me about. But like just being touched, being fussed over. Why all of a sudden is your body not your own? It's weird.
Yeah.
So I understand like having that protection go up. Now, anything with like the postpartum experience, was that more like, did you feel like, oh, this is not bad? Or did you really struggle with mental health or sleep deprivation? You know, what was that like?
I mean, I haven't slept really since, you know, I want to say November 21st of 2024.
Oh, boy. And yet you're here and you have energy.
I'm here, you know, and I don't drink coffee still. I'm like, I should really start to get into coffee.
You will need to eventually, right?
Come on. But yeah, I think no one prepares you. Like I spent so many years just really wanting a baby, wanting to be a mom. But like that, like wanting the baby, wanting the pregnancy, wanting the baby.
Sure.
But a lot of what people don't really talk about is like parenting.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we're starting a family.
Do that for at least 18 years.
Right? It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It is the most rewarding thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of work. It kind of takes over your life. You have these feelings of mom guilt, right?
I'm having it right now.
It's like, and then having to say, you know, where's the reality here?
Yeah.
Right? Because the reality is, you know, like we started this conversation, you're like, I just want to know about you. The reality is that I have a lot of different roles, right?
Yeah.
I'm a woman, I'm an artist, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a poet, you know, I'm a vocalist. I have a full life.
Yeah.
And when you have a life that just you brought into this world, calling into your podcast, you brought into this world that is sort of always needing you, always depending on you, it can be easier to forget the other parts of you. Mm-hmm. And then feel guilty for doing like being involved with other things that bring you pleasure, right?
So it does fall away. That's the other part of the identity shift, the quote unquote negative side, or feels so, is you kind of have to let everything else go for a while.
You do. You do to keep your child alive. You do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say for the first 6 months, I mean, it was just, you know, I mean, the only thing that I did, I met we're still good friends. I call him my forever friend. But I started working with a vocal consultant, and I started it when she was like about 2 months old. And he said, "Okay, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do." And I was like, "I have to like practice this like every day." I was like, "I have a little like, how am I going to do this?" And he was like, just 10 to 15 minutes. I said, every day? And
That's
I told
hard.
Carlin, and Carlin said, yeah, because he's been a musician his whole life, pretty much. She was like, every day? Carlin was like, you need to do it every day.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like much maybe to some people, but that's a big ask when you've had a baby.
Big ask when you have a little baby. But I did. And when I was pumping, I was like going over my scales, practicing my notes. Mm-hmm. And
Good for you.
It just became...
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, you can find ways to
weave it in.
My night pump, I made sure I got in my 5-minute meditation. So finding ways slowly to just nurture yourself.
Feel more like yourself.
Yeah.
The creativity is so important.
It's so important.
And also, like, as a mom, like, is a creative part of your brain. So you need to nurture it.
Yes.
So you can keep giving that back.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long we've been talking for, but
I know. We're so, I swear we could just have a podcast all weekend long. We're just sitting here.
I'll do my wrap up questions. So, I didn't ask this. So this kind of ties into identity shift, but like, how did this experience shape your life? Did it change your career path or your hobbies or your passions at all? Did anything like arise out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I just went full into loving the passion that I have for singing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have my vocal coach.
Yeah.
We spent Josephine's first summer. I was like rocking her, nursing her, doing whatever, playing with her while singing songs with Carlin, like making
awesome.
songs. And, you know, just also being like claiming that like I am still a sexual being, you know?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Especially when people comment that they see me as like a mother figure or like you're such a mom and yeah, so good for you on that.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you think I got here though?
Yeah.
I mean, that, you know, I'm like,
exactly. How can I be this
involved,
like, chaste person that you see me as? I have babies, you know, like it doesn't make any sense. But it something about society, they've decided mothers aren't sexy, maybe because we're not attainable anymore. So therefore, we've lost interest. You obviously have kids, maybe have a husband. You're no longer like on the market. You no longer, who knows? Who knows? But it's bullshit.
It is. Okay, I'm calling it. Okay.
We swear on this podcast.
Listen, I love it.
It's fine.
And you know what? It's ridiculous that there's that, you know, concept. We are sexual beings, and that's why I told you before we did this podcast, my husband and I decided to go with the name Sexy Thing Band for our band.
Exactly.
And yeah, I'm still a sexual being, and you know what? We are because we, as human beings, we crave pleasure and satisfaction.
Yeah.
And it brought me back to Audre Lorde and all of her conversations about like, if we just think of eroticism and pleasure as being something that just happens in the bedroom, we've lost.
And that goes back to how we met, by the way, because we were doing a play around the poetry of Audre Lorde and the advocacy behind that. And so, yeah, that actually like resonated with me a lot because like I'm a little, my parents grew up in that like kind of like repressed, Puritan Catholic, and so it trickles down.
Yes, absolutely.
And then my personality in general is just a little like, buttoned up. I don't know how you describe it, but some people have a harder time with sexuality or feeling like they're allowed to.
Yeah.
A little bit of a kindergarten teacher vibe, not kindergartner, kindergarten teacher, librarian vibe, I've been told. So I think that is so important and to your self-esteem too.
Yeah. Oh, it is. And to your sense, just that life, I always keep asking, well, what is life about? What is life about? Like, what is the purpose?
Yeah.
And I've just been coming back to more and more in the past few years that the purpose of my life is pleasure.
Of course.
But like
as
that's
it should
like
be.
But that's like I feel like that's like a radical thing. Because it's like there's just, first of all, even with having a child for a woman, there's so much discomfort that can be
Her baby is crawling around right over there.
And then, hi,
discomfort.
I love you, like little discomfort.
Don't worry, we're almost done, Josephine.
However you want to say it.
She wants you. She's reaching for you.
Mama loves you so much.
Yeah, sorry, pleasure.
But just the idea that that we deserve and should seek and enjoy satisfaction in multiple aspects of our lives. Not just the bedroom, not just at work, not just here or there, right?
Oh, for sure.
Satisfaction is ours. Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I want her to claim that, and I think that that's helped me as a mom come into that power. I struggled with a lot of that, like sexual repression, that culture too. I went to a pretty conservative private school for 12 years in Brooklyn. You? So that was my first educational experience, all the way from preschool to 8th grade.
Oh yeah, that's very buttoned up. That's very like conformity.
It was like hymns every morning. We had chapel an hour and a half every morning, and so so I think it's really important to release that shame, because women were shamed regardless of what we choose to do. And so I think deciding for yourself as a woman, as a mother, as an artist, that you're just going to enjoy your life regardless of what other people think is radical. And
it is.
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to not enjoy sex, not think about it. And then until we get and then when we get married, we're supposed to have lots of kids, but we're not supposed to enjoy the process of getting there, which is ridiculous.
And then people forget that process got us there, because then we're not sexual after we have the children. It doesn't make any sense.
It's really gross. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Okay. So yeah, those 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day singing really unearthed that for you.
Yeah.
Found your path.
Found my path.
So I like to ask as well,
Mama.
advice to moms or advice to even people in their village, who are trying to find their way.
Yeah.
What would you tell them? Is there one thing that you would focus on?
I would say, just like let moments pass. Because, sometimes things can get, the baby spits up on you, right? You're running late.
Yep.
You can't figure out how to, open up the stroller or something like that.
Oh my God, freaking strollers.
And it just feels like in those moments, you feel like, okay, I'm not a good mom. The world's caving in. I'm having a bad day. I just want to just say, I just want to share this and just say that we can have these moments of where we feel like things are completely falling apart.
Right.
I want to say that they're not.
And it's a blip.
And just let that be pissed, cry, go into the bathroom, cry, whatever. Just let that be a moment and then continue with your day.
Yes, I love that.
Don't let that weigh you down. It's a part of parenthood.
Absolutely. I think that for me, being a nanny for a long time helped with that. Because my husband would be like, oh no, and I'd be like, it's fine. Like, oh, she had a blowout. It's all right.
No problem. Yeah.
Poop. I'll clean it. Throw her in the bath.
But it can ruin it can be
day.
Right. Yeah. But having that attitude of like,
yeah. Or when they have a tantrum, I'm like, let's wait. We'll just wait here until it's done.
Right.
The only thing I do have issue with is if I feel like, and this is our culture of like, is not very like kid inclusive. If I feel like they're being loud in a public place or they're being a little like toddlery, where my social anxiety picks up. So that's one thing I have to work on too. Like, okay, they're allowed to exist. I can take them out of the room.
They're allowed to be loud. They're human beings. And
they're human beings that aren't like, don't know how to be proper or whatever. They're not poised human beings. They're too. So that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
And my last question is, I like to ask, if you were to create this perfect ideal world, like what direction should we be going in as moms and just as society in general to make it just better for us, to make motherhood into this like pleasurable experience, this safe place to be? Because right now I still feel women are too vulnerable and a little unsafe.
Yeah.
In childbirth and in postpartum. Yeah. And what do you think needs to be done? In your expert opinion.
I just think I know, right? I just feel like, I think it's a beautiful question. For me, I feel like we just need to love each other more and be more gentle with each other. And looking deeper into what love means, going back to like bell hooks and some of these Black love politics. What does it mean to be loved? Well, being loved means seeing someone. To love someone means to see them. And when you see someone, you can see that they might need help. Mm-hmm. They might need how are you? Yeah. They might need it's okay that you're late.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things going on.
We're going to be late for a long time, and that's okay as moms.
Exactly. Like when I sat here and talked about the maternal mortality rate, one of the things that you said is, well, the way that they treat women in general is not. And so that for me goes back to that love, because it was like, okay, let's see each other. Yeah. Because I think that when you really see each other, you can make these connections that, there's this human thing that you're going through. Yeah. And I see that too for me too, even though we may check off a different box and we vote or do whatever. Yeah. Also, maternal mortality has been like a fear and obsession of mine for a while. I fixated on it. I always believed, that some voice in my head was like, you're going to die in childbirth. Why I shouldn't even feel that way. So my head has always been there, just like
morbidly interested in it. I don't know.
I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad you're here and that you started this podcast.
I'm really glad I didn't die too. I probably could have in a couple of ways.
I mean, me too.
It's even like just plain and simple as a C-section mom. Like if they're telling you should have a C-section, that means they don't feel comfortable. And I have friends that like I know people who have like shame around having a C-section and this and that. And I'm like, we get to not be dead. So many women used to die in childbirth. We get to still be here.
Yeah,
Like,
you get to still be
no
here.
shame in that.
And there's no, all birth
Yeah.
is natural and beautiful.
Right.
There's no need to shame anyone for anything. And I just want to go back again. I don't know if that's the answer. You know, what it means to love someone. But I think that asking that question again and again and again is really important.
That might help us find the answer if we're all
and
doing
just
that.
treat people and mothers better. I think asking that question is going to help us treat women and mothers better and everyone better.
And parents in general.
Yeah.
Dads, I'm sorry, but dads are not getting enough support. They're not getting enough time off work.
No.
And that is why women are suffering, because your partner isn't there to support you because he is not allowed to be.
Right.
So we all need support.
We all need it, you know? Like, when's the last time, like, we're the dad groups. I completely agree.
They're a couple and then no one shows up. And so it falls off. That is really sad to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first I was like, this podcast is not about dads. It's not about men. It's just for women. But I feel like that's not true. I even had like a gentleman that, you know, used to work here with me, who's older and he listened to my podcast and was like, I learned so much. I felt so much empathy and like it really made me appreciate. And I'm like, oh, this is humanity. This is not just about women or birth givers or mothers, you know, whatever. It's about humanity. This is a very vulnerable human thing, and anyone and everyone can relate in some way. Because you're either someone who gives birth or you're someone who is supporting that person and they're your whole world.
Yes. And I think asking how we can love each other helps show that we have these connections to each other.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
And like I said, we are the creators. Everyone has a mom.
Everyone.
This is important to everyone in the entire world.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think, why are we not talking about it more?
I know. Thank you so much for this podcast.
Thank you so much for being on podcast, Ayshia. And thank you everybody for listening to I Brought You Into This World. I'm Amanda Hurley, and you can listen in every other Saturday. We release episodes at 7:30, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all your podcasting platforms. Please like and subscribe.
Yes.
I always hate saying that, but I guess you're supposed to say it. Like and subscribe, but also leave a comment if you have a question or just advice or something that you would like us to talk about. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.